What is going on, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by for some more Clash Royale action. And yes, it is Galawife free to play in Clash Royale. And I just had to start this out with a message, and that is, you guys need to remember that higher level players that aren't in higher level arenas aren't always trolling. Maybe they're just more casual players like my wife, Galawife, not that hardcore of a player. So she finds herself in Arena 2, in Arena 3 as a level 5 player. And while some people, of course, can push to Arena 4, 5, 6 as a level 2 or 3, the average free-to-play casual player is just not going to get there. They don't have the time or the effort or maybe the gaming experience to get there. But nonetheless, she is getting better, and it is fun to see her improve at the mechanics of the game and just get better at troop deployment and defending against her least favorite card, the Prince. She tells me she has nightmares about the sound that the Prince makes when it comes charging at her, and as you can see, she's not always right on point with getting rid of it, but she does her best. She tries to stop him when she can. She says she uses the skeleton army, but when she doesn't have that available, sometimes, well, he gets to the tower. But right here, she does have an early lead, level 5 versus level 4, and her mini Pekka gets all the way there, gets a shot in, and almost takes that tower down. Now, her favorite epic cards are definitely the Skeleton Army and the Witch. And for lower level players, I would say the Witch and the Prince are the two hardest cards to defend against, and are therefore probably two of the strongest cards to play on offense, because the average lower level player is just not going to be that proficient at stopping those attacks. Now, when I asked Galawife what her main change in strategy was from a brand new player to now, she said she's trying to save up elixir a little bit more and play a little bit more slowly, and I could not agree more. It is one of the hardest things to do as a new player, but it is also one of the most important. Sending out one troop at a time over and over and over again isn't usually going to get you the win. But right here, her Valkyrie and Giant get the tower down, and the mini Pekka, well, was kind of overkill. She was focused on getting that tower down, but the Giant and the Valkyrie together were more than enough to do it. And right here on the right-hand side, she drops the Witch right out in front. I'm still working with her, trying to get her to drop that Witch back in the back, because again, she does splash damage, which is great, but those skeletons, if you can get her to grab half a dozen of those with her before she gets to the bridge, then she is a much more powerful force to deal with. Now right here, she's managed to stop the progress of that giant skeleton. Her Valkyrie moves in, taking out the bomber, and again, a good combination, Valkyrie with a bomber in behind. The Valkyrie isn't going to last long, and unfortunately, once again, a Prince is going to get to her tower. Nothing to stop it. It takes the tower down. The dragon will prevent it from getting too much more damage, and then another mistake from the opponent, a fireball on the King's tower. Again, we've talked about that in the past, overestimating the strength of those ranged damaged cards, not going to work out. So we go into overtime, and she is on the move. She's got a Giant supported by some minions. The dragon goes to the King's tower, but it's really that Giant that is going to get the damage done. The bomber in there right as the Giant skeleton moves in, so the mini Pekka bomber are going to manage to stop that Giant skeleton. The Giant, though, almost gets the tower down. The bomb from the Giant skeleton takes out the mini Pekka, and she just needs 68 more hit points to end this battle. Anything getting there is just about going to do it. She's working on trying to stop this big push. The Giant goes down, the dragon working on those ground troops. That works out well. The last of the skeleton army helped to stop that Prince, and this is pretty much a case of just dropping every single card that's available. But Globehopper wins the exchange. The dragon gets to the tower, takes it down, and with 10 seconds left in overtime, she grabs the win, 2 crowns to 1. But Galawife, better known as Globehopper, has been up and down. She has her winning and losing streaks just like we all do. And as you can see here, she made it up to Arena 3 temporarily, back down in Arena 2 shortly after that, and facing the llama from the clan Get Wrecked. And I have to tell you guys, the interesting thing about Clash Royale for me to watch my family members play it, you guys may know my mom plays it and my wife both play this game, and neither one of them are that really big into gaming, especially my wife. Now, my mom, as you may know, has played Clash of Clans for a long time, but my wife just does not play these type of games at all. and to see her play Clash Royale as much as she does has been really surprising. She's also, like I said, free to play. She's never bought a single gem. Neither has my mom. They have not touched the purchases, and on my Urkel account, it has also never purchased a gem. So 3 free-to-play accounts in my family, and we're all having fun with them. Obviously, at some point, when you're not quickly progressing through the cards with gems, you are going to find yourself stalling out. And what I mean is, you're not likely to win more than about 50% of your battles. It's just too long between card upgrades to expect to have any sort of winning streak. You're always going to run into that, and you guys need to realize that in this game. It's frustrating, but nobody, even the very top players in this game, have a higher winning percentage than in the 50 or 60 percentile range. Now obviously, when high level players reset in Legend League, they are going to have a big winning streak. But once that is over and they've gotten back to that general trophy range where they were last season, they're going to win about half their matches no matter how many you play. And that can be endlessly frustrating, but it can also apparently be a lot of fun for free-to-play players, and it's exciting to watch both my mom and my wife play this game again and again and again. And she's not a quitter. Look at that. She is down a solid 1 crown to 0. Barely touched that right tower, but now the opponent with the elixir disadvantage, not able to counter, drops the mini Pekka on the other side, pretty much giving up this tower on the right-hand side and hoping to go out 2 crowns to 1. But Globehopper counters, manages to stop that mini Pekka push on the left-hand side, and now that King's Tower is in a lot of trouble, and the left tower as well. All sorts of damage happening to both the mini Pekka, the bomber, the dragon moving in. With 30 seconds left, the mini Pekka takes down the second tower, and one of her favorite cards, pancakes. The mini Pekka gets in there and makes pancakes out of the opponent's other crown tower. Now it's just a matter of holding the opponent off for the next 15 seconds until this battle is over. You can see the llama has a rocket ready, but that tower nowhere near rocketable. Here it comes, just a desperation attempt, doesn't do it, the giant doesn't get there in time, and another win for Galawife, another win for the Globehopper. So again, like I said, it's tough to win more than 50 or 60% of your matches, and for me, I feel like it's an exercise of self-control because I get so frustrated. I still do lose to lower level players. Occasionally my level 9 account will lose to a level 8. Very frustrating. Or my free-to-play account, which is now level 6, when it loses to a level 5. There feels like there's nothing worse, especially when they taunt you mercilessly and endlessly. But that is part of the game, and unfortunately we cannot turn off the taunts. I feel like we either need to be able to turn off the taunts, or let's add some more even angrier taunts to really give a chance to let our opponents know how we feel. The running joke back in Helsinki last time I was there with a whole bunch of YouTubers was, if Supercell were to add a middle finger emote to this game and charge 1 gem for it, they would make billions. But right here, Galawife pushing forward, got a tower down, got the King's Tower way down, and she is relentless. She is not letting up. She drops it in the giant, followed by the bomber. A great combination. Watch the bomber go to work on the skeleton army, taking it out completely, and she ignores the goblin barrel. Just pressure on the King's Tower. 140 hit points left on that King's Tower. It is all but down, but you'll notice that this deck that she brings does not have any sort of range damage. No fireball, no arrows, and no rocket. So she's got to get a unit to the tower, which I have to give her credit for. Most players don't do. Most players carry what I like to call a clutch crutch, that one card that will get that last bit of damage off the tower. Instead, she's got to battle to get something there. The dragon going to work on the skeleton army. That's going to work out pretty well. Stops them in their tracks. Here comes a full health dragon at the King's Tower. It is all over. Dragon breathing victory. That is it. 3 crowns and another big win for Globehopper. So she just recently made it to level 6, and so is Urkel, my free-to-play account. Maybe we will have some head-to-head Galadon versus Galawife battles in the streams in the future, and definitely in videos. Thank you guys, as always, for sticking around all the way to the end of this episode. Let me know what you would like to see in future episodes. Subscribe for daily Clash content, and I hope to see you all back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon. She's not bad. Let me know when she wants a real opponent.